I'm Kathy Knudsen. I'm president of Healthbreak. We're a worksite wellness management company that I founded in 1990. Healthbreak is a national provider of worksite wellness solutions and programs. Our customer are employers. It's a heavy lift for employers to deploy all the insurances and benefits and programs that have to tie to health and well-being of their employees. And that's what we do. So we bring people, programs, digital and virtual solutions to really run their wellness program on an annual basis. Specifically, we are the distributor of an engagement platform through Virgin Pulse, which is a global leader. Then we wrap our high-touch programs around it, like challenges, behavior change and lifestyle programs, coaching, both on-site prior to COVID and now live and digital. And we really provide that consultative approach for the HR team to plug in the types of programs and services that they need for their type of industry, for the demographics that they serve, for the needs and risks of their clients and their employees. And we tend to be insurance agnostic because a lot of employers, they'll put their insurance program out to bid every few years. So they really look to us to be their long-term partner. So the employees begin trusting our degreed and certified team to help them with their health. And in the end, healthier employees are happy, they're more engaged. And for the employer, the proposition is reduced healthcare costs, avoiding those chronic conditions, reduced absenteeism, higher productivity. So it's a win-win. And we love causing breakthroughs in wellness for the employees and the employers that we serve. I went to the University of Nebraska at Omaha, and I came out in the late 80s with one of the first degrees in corporate fitness called exercise science. So armed and ready, my first job, I was hired to work in the basement of the Northwestern Bell Fitness Center, which fell under their medical department. And that's really what corporate fitness meant in the 80s. It meant gyms, it meant on-site medical departments with physicians and nurses, and this physician put in a fitness center. And I set a professional goal for myself that, gosh, I'm a contractor, I'm part-time, I'm going to spend no more than 2 years, 1 year to really learn, 1 year to make an impact, and if they won't hire me, I'm just going to, move on. And ironically, about 2 years to the date, US West conglomerated all the Baby Bells, and they announced that all medical departments and all fitness centers would close, and they would go to like a 1-800 call center. So after the shock wore off, I thought, this is meant to be. This is an opportunity. The fitness center was in the basement. It was not prime real estate space. The equipment was all owned. And there were a few hundred employees that had started letter writing campaigns because, yes, it was before email and the internet. So I sat down, I was working on my master's at the time, and I sat down with my international marketing instructor, and he said, submit a proposal. I said, how do you do that? And he said, just create what you want to do. And so I put it down on paper. I drove to Des Moines, Iowa, and I met with the head nurse that was taking all the heat to shut these facilities down. And I said, let me stay. I'm already a contractor. You can stop paying me, but you will allow me to charge the employees a monthly membership fee to belong to the fitness center that they so adamantly want to keep open. And I had done the calculations. I needed $10 a month, from about 80% of the people that already were using it, to kind of pay for my time and make it worthwhile to give it a shot. And then the key factor is they wouldn't charge me to be there. They'd leave the equipment, they'd clean it, they wouldn't charge me lease. And it took them a very short amount of time to say, you got a deal. And what was really amazing to me is the people that wrapped their arms around me. There was a woman that worked in real estate that approached me and said, "I have extra money. I'll help you remodel it. I'll put a key card on it." And so on January 9th of 1990, I took out a trade name. It took me a while to figure out what to name it, but the premise of taking a break for health is what struck me, so Healthbreak. And I opened the doors to a fitness center that I exclusively managed in 1990. So a couple of years into that, I really had tried to turn it from a gym that had predominantly all males that were just coming to work out to a wellness center. I added weight management and smoking cessation and health education seminars and anything fee-for-service that I could do to help the employees in that building. And I decided to approach other then US West facility leaders and say, let me duplicate this. This is going great. It won't cost you much. If you'll just put in the fitness center and buy the equipment, which I'll help you find and help you design. And so I hired people and I opened about 8 fitness centers under that model with US West and with other companies along the way, because I learned early on not to put all your eggs in one client's basket. And then I was just passionate about the worksite wellness industry. I'd gotten my master's by then, and so I quickly brought on-site wellness programs, coordinated the old paper version of health fairs for companies, delivered paper health risk assessments, and when things moved online in the mid-2000s, I looked for a digital technology partner and became a national reseller of a product out of Omaha, Nebraska called Simply Well, which was really one of the first wellness platforms to help employees manage all that data in a HIPAA-compliant way. Really, when the Affordable Care Act and everything came down the pike, it made us be able to be scalable. So I grew from a 2-state, Colorado and Nebraska with a dozen employees to we have served probably 250 clients. We have clients in 40-some states. And we really lead with that digital technology now. But we still have never lost sight of that original foundation of activity and fitness. So we manage a number of on-site fitness centers today still, and there's still so much more to do. Healthbreak's vision for the next 5 years is really to stay the course of what we've been doing. We are looking to reach more customers, which are employers, and reach more employees with our solutions. I think more than ever, worksite wellness and well-being is really under a magnifying glass of how important it is. And I don't mean physical activity and nutrition. I mean the mental health, the physical health, the financial well-being, the social connections. So our growth plan and vision for the next 5 years is to help more people reach and achieve optimal health and really be a solution for this challenging, escalating healthcare cost situation that we have going on in our country. We obviously are on the preventative health side, but if we can help people from developing chronic conditions, from having poor quality of life, it's going to be, a win-win for not only our adult Americans in our country, but for the customers we serve. We inspire that vision in our employees. It's a little bit easier being a wellness company. Most people that are drawn to this really are behind helping others and helping in that purpose. But some of the ways that I bring along in the vision is we very much publish our mission statement and our annual goals and objectives by service division. So on a bi-monthly basis, I hold all staff calls because some employees, they might work in one division serving one client. So it's nice to hear a report out of how the company's collectively doing And we start that off with Healthbreak hoorahs, and we acknowledge people for what they do towards that vision. And we align incentives, so when people help reach those goals and objectives, we have good bonus programs and recognition programs to really get behind that vision. The elements to drive and foster a thriving culture, there's quite a few of them. And at Healthbreak, I think foundationally you have to start with a safe, inclusive, supportive environment. But people want to exchange their time in work for purpose and real meaning in their work. So when people join Healthbreak, we do the Gallup Strength Finders assessment, and we don't just utilize that as a one and done. We reinforce that regularly throughout the year, and we look to that to bring out their talent and to form strength-based teams when it comes to delivering the service to our customers. We also know that people really like professional development. They like to know that they can professionally grow with you, so we definitely have a continuing education credit opportunity that we foster. I also believe people don't like to be managed, so we take more of an upline coach approach. And we have frequent feedback sessions. And although we do have an annual performance review where we hand out Rockin' It awards and we recognize people, we try to do that more frequently. And I think, one of the other areas is fun and social, that people want you to care about who they are and where they live and their families. So one of the ways that we do that, we have a Live It, Give It program, and once a year we get everybody together and we live it. We do an event that practices what we preach, whether that be the Rock and Roll Marathon, whether that be the Muck Fest, but it's an event that is activity-based, but it raises funds for some type of event that we feel is important. And then the Give It, is that once a year we get out as a team and we do a volunteerism. So whether we work at a food bank or we get out and do a trail maintenance, I will fly employees from Nebraska and Kansas in, and we will have a team building day of volunteerism. So that's just a couple things that I think it takes to build a healthy culture. As a small business, I think there are so many challenges that COVID has driven, but one of the biggest, I would say, is the impact it's had on those employees that run our corporate fitness centers. So when the businesses closed and sent people home, and then the commercial gyms were required to close, that's when all of our facilities also closed. So for 16 weeks, and one is still closed, our staff were immediately home, learning how to Zoom, live stream fitness classes from their home to our members' homes. And we realized in a few weeks that wasn't sustainable, that we really had to get behind a more sustainable way to reach the employees at their homes. And under the brilliance of our business development team, we really shined the light on our talented fitness staff. And we created a product called HB Fit. And HB Fit is an on-demand video library where we brought them all in and recorded great classes of all kinds of variety. And so right now, it's 25 live stream classes. It's over 50 on-demand videos and growing. And we are able to have a really great end game out of a difficult situation because most of the employees, they're not coming back anytime soon. The corporate facilities are at 25% capacity, so our uptick in HB Fit is growing. And we're adding in mindfulness and meditation, and we even put in an ErgoFit section where our ergonomist is helping people know how to configure their home desks and what to do and how to take stretch breaks because a lot of people aren't equipped, and we don't need to have musculoskeletal and back issues come out of being at home. So that's been the biggest challenge, is supporting those employees, but getting behind them in a bigger way and really ending up with a product that we can take out to our greater customer base. Healthbreak's strategy and growth plan for this year and beyond, there's just really been an uptick in digital solutions and the need to reach people where they are, when they're ready. And so we have put quite a bit of investment into our HIPAA-compliant coaching platform. We've created more programs that bring in emotional and social well-being and are delivering those to our clients. We also are, really helping deliver more of the Virgin Pulse solutions in the area of behavior change and tiny habits to help people move along that well-being continuum. And I really see we have a huge opportunity in our growth plan to really be scalable in that digital solutions and that virtual outreach, in addition to what we call our high-touch programs. I think the characteristics to be a titan of industry is that you have to be an absolute change agent. You have to be willing to continually evolve and change and progress with the ever-growing speed of technology, which is impacting many of our businesses. But foundational to that, you have to be people first. You have to know how to foster your people, to bring them forward with you, and in doing that, you have to lead by example. I truly believe that, from the moment we're born, we mirror what we see, and so leaders have to be great examples of what they want the vision to be. They got to be willing to push their sleeves up and know how the ins and outs of every aspect of the organization works, and they absolutely have to put time and resources into supporting the health and well-being of their team.